And we're getting passionate about going green in the kitchen. Chef Gerard Viverito from passionfish.org shows us how to make a sustainable seared scallops with salsa romesco.
It is time to get cooking in the kitchen, people. We've got Chef Gerard Viverito here from passionfish.org. Now, if you haven't heard about Passion Fish, they educate us about ocean sustainability. You're going to be making sea scallops with a special sauce.
With a special sauce, yes, salsa romesco. It's a Spanish sauce, and kind of in honor of Spain winning the World Cup the other day. And I lived in Mallorca for 2 years, so bringing the two together and let's have some fun with it.
So we need a pretty hot pan to get this thing going, right?
Actually, yeah. We want hot pans. This way it's a quick cooking method. So many people, how many times have you heard, I don't have time to cook?
Oh, and this is easy,
in 5 minutes, we're going to produce dinner, okay?
All right,
or
I'm
less.
with it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make a Romesco sauce. And a Romesco sauce is traditional Spanish dish. We're going to use an oil here called Malaysian Red Palm Oil.
Now, I was not familiar with the palm oil, but you say that's what really gives it a kick.
Well, this gives it, I mean, look at it, first of all, the color. It's a beautiful orange color. It's from Malaysia. Passion Fish goes around. We source sustainable ingredients. We do sustainable education. Let me talk while I add some garlic to this. And Malaysia has dedicated themselves to sourcing palm fruit sustainably. They harvest it sustainably. They take great care of their farmers. They replant on a regular basis. They press this oil. I do high heat cooking. I try to stress, you know, get in the kitchen, get out of the kitchen.
And some oils are not good for high heat.
No, because they turn to smoke. This goes really high heat. And so we're going to add some bread to this. It's traditional bread and almond sauce. And the high heat gives us the ability, you know, this won't smoke on us. It won't torch. It won't take on a burnt flavor like olive oil. I grew up in an Italian family where everything was cooked in olive oil.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that you've used about 12 hazelnuts, and they looked like they were
I've already ground them up. You can buy them ground, or you can put them in a food processor.
A head of garlic and one slice of that stale bread you have lying around the kitchen.
Up. That's right. So we're going to let that toast off, and then we're going to add to that some tomatoes that we have ground up. So you can hear how hot the pan is when the liquid goes in, but you didn't see the oil smoking, which is great for people's homes. Roasted peppers.
And you've got about a fourth of a, well, you had more than a fourth of a teaspoon there.
And then we're going to let that stew down for a little while. The trick to this is we're going to use some sherry vinegar. Sherry being...
Love sherry vinegar.
It's got a nice bite to it, and that's going to play off nicely.
And you know, if you try to buy that at the store, sometimes they'll say, "Oh no, this sherry wine vinegar is," and that's not the same.
No.
It ruins the taste, doesn't it, Gerard?
So you got to be recipe specific.
Right.
So in this pan, we're going to take a little bit of this palm oil. So you can buy it in the red form. The red form, it's red because it has vitamin A, E, it's got carotenoids like beta-carotene. It also comes in a white form, and you see how solid it is. We've become this, everything is trans fat free now. And we're so fearful of homogenization of oils. This is not homogenized, it's still solid, so it's pretty incredible.
Can I help you here in any way? All right.
We're going to take these scallops. In the pan they go.
I would like to ask you about sustainability and the fish. There are so many fisheries that are overfished.
In danger, the planet is overfished. Let's be realistic. We are a planet of 6.5 billion people. The last study, the fishing fleets of the world have more than twice the capabilities to fish out the ocean than we even need. We have 80% of the seafood consumed in this country comes from outside of the United States. Now, we're surrounded by water.
Right.
We do this probably because it's cheaper. We don't know where our seafood's coming from, so it's up to consumers to ask, right? Ask your servers. Your servers are going to go ask your chefs. 67% of the seafood consumed in America is consumed in restaurants.
Well, I think we are lucky here, Gerard, in that, you know, our chefs really like to buy local, you know, have it as fresh as possible.
And the West Coast, the Pacific Northwest, what's so beautiful, I'm going to make this salad while I talk. First, I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar to a pan.
Apple cider vinegar?
It's great for neutralizing the body. It's really good for health. Agave syrup. Have you ever heard of agave?
I've never heard of agave syrup.
I want you to try that. That's the same sweetness as sugar, ounce for ounce. It's pressed out of the agave cactus, the same cactus they used to make tequila.
Yummy.
Doesn't raise the blood sugar levels, no glycemic index effects.
Wow.
We're going to add some olive oil to this.
Where would you be able to get this if somebody wanted it?
At almost any grocery store right next to honey. It's just overlooked. People are, oh, agave, I don't even know what that is. Why buy it?
Interesting.
So
all right, so you've made a little vinaigrette there.
A little vinaigrette. We're going to add some sorrel, which grows beautifully in the Pacific Northwest. We're just going to lightly toss this.
This has the sauce has a very interesting smell.
It's that cherry vinegar and the tomatoes. There's sweetness in there. There's the earthiness of the nuts. It's going to play really nicely off the scallops. So I'm going to turn these over.
Now, scallops are very good for you. There's no fat.
There's no fat. And then what's really nice is scallops are one of the only animals that contain a sugar compound. So there's a natural sweetness in them. So if anyone, you want a trivia question, someone says, what animal contains sugar? You can always say scallops.
It's one of my favorites.
So
always has been.
We're going to turn this heat up a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to take our plate, and we're going to place our greens. And I think, what's really nice about a dish like this is, number one, it's really quick. Two, it's really colorful. A lot of people don't put enough color, balance, textures in their plates. So if we start off with like a little salad here.
Yeah, the nice snappy greens.
Yeah, we have, sorrel has already a nice lemony flavor. We always think of putting a little bit of lemon with seafood, but why just put the gratuitous lemon slice on a plate? How can we get that lemon flavor in there?
Right.
How can we balance out our seafood?
Now, you travel all over the world educating about how to cook with sustainable products.
We host forums in foreign countries, at schools. We have dinners. We try to have a Socratic dialogue. We want to get everyone involved. We don't take an advocacy point of view, because as soon as we stand on the fence and say it's this or that, we lose half our audience. We want to say, here are the tools. Do as you wish with them. Okay, so this is going to be farmed in a good manner. This may be farmed in a not so good manner.
So be mindful about what you're eating and where it comes from.
Absolutely. To finish this sauce off, we're going to...
A little zest.
Little zest, because you get all the essential oils. There's some orange. We're going to have a little bit of lemon. Now, you would take either a stick blender, a Cuisinart, a cup blender. You would put this sauce in, and your finished product...
Yeah, you see the difference here. Once this is blended in my right hand, it will look like what's over there on the left. See, this will be whipped up and become very smooth and kind of velvety.
Yeah, but
like
still, you want to try to leave a little integrity in the nuts, so there's a little bit of crunch, because we already have such smooth, velvety scallops, right? We're going to finish these scallops off. Most people make the mistake of salting their seafood before it goes in a pan. That draws the moisture to the surface. And I don't know if you've ever cooked and your fish sticks to a pan and then it breaks and people get frustrated. You want to keep the moisture in the scallop.
I'll tell you, I have learned so much from you today. It's wonderful. Let me tell the people out there how they can get a hold of the recipe for this. You can see our video online at KOINstudio6.com, and you can also get the recipe by calling us 464-0861. Well, Gerard Viverito, great name. Thank you very much. And look at the finished product.
5 minutes, dinner.
Bon appetit. All right, Jeff.